to revisit The Last Dance in NBA 2K25. As always, I'm Pete Toll, aka PT Sports84. I'm back with a custom NBA 2K25 roster. This time, I've released the 1997 1998 NBA season roster. This is the opening night rosters for each team. This is the official NBA 2K25 Last Dance roster that I've made. I want to highlight a lot of the things in it. First and foremost, some of the changes. Um, we have a robust free agent pool, all the free agents that signed throughout the season. That way, if you want to convert this to an end of the season roster, you can do so. All the free agents are there. You just basically sign them. I added a couple extras in there as well just to fill the free agent pool up. But like I said, accurate as of October 31st, 1997. These are accurate opening night rosters. I added a couple free agents that signed 10-day contracts only with the teams. That way, there wasn't as many teams where it basically says there's not 14 players on a roster. That way, it takes some of that down. But I didn't do it for everybody because if a free agent signed with multiple teams or really late in the season, I didn't add them to the roster. Um, Basically, this roster consists of accurate ages and years pro. Try to get the ratings pretty good for the most part. I made sure I fixed all of the faces for players where I could. Um, custom caps for players that don't have official faces. So they're accurate, like I said, across the board. We have the Vancouver Grizzlies in here. I changed them from the Memphis Grizzlies. So as you can see, uniforms and logo are accurate. Same thing with Charlotte. I changed them from the New Orleans Hornets back to the Charlotte Hornets because they didn't change until 2002. But I did use the Kobe era. That way I could have both the Grizzlies and Raptors available without having to add them separate and them going to the end of the roster. Um, we also have the Detroit Pistons with a logo and uniform change as well. There's the Raptors, like I said, with their older uniforms. We also have the Wizards in here. They had changed from the Bullets to the Wizards this season, so that was one of the notable changes. Also to note, the NBA changed back the 3 point line to 23.9 um, from 22 feet. That was in like the 94-95 season. Notable in this, I didn't change like suspensions, things like that, because it's opening night. Like Latrell Sprewell choking out PJ Carlissimo and things like that. So that's not in there, but this roster is most notable because this was the last dance for the Chicago Bulls era, as Bulls fans knew it. Um, with Jordan, Pippen, and company on that roster, as well as Phil Jackson. The roster also consists of accurate coaching staffs. I have all of the coaches on the roster accurate as of the 97-98 opening night. There are assistants on the teams that basically will take over as head coaches if you want to. You just basically have to remove the head coach and hire the assistant coach. And then you can move forward and make the roster as you want to. Really quickly, I'll show you um, those. So there are coaching candidates like Don Nelson, Bill Burtka coached the following season. Um, there's a couple coaches throughout that were added to the coaching pool. Bill Cartwright in there as well. Tim Floyd got added there because he coached the following season. Obviously, coached that Bulls team after Jordan and them left. I believe that's it. It was just a few coaches. The rest of them are all assistant coaches that were head coaches the following season. But really quickly, if you view candidates, you can hit team right here and it'll highlight the coaching staffs. You could see coaching staffs for all of the teams. It's basically for this era, 2K only set it for one lead assistant and one assistant on the bench. And that's kind of what they left it at. So that's what I kept it at. I didn't try to add anything extra except for um, the Chicago Bulls. I ended up filling in their coaching staffs as a favor to Jimmy. Jimmy, shout out to you, man, if you're watching. Appreciate the donations as always. Um, but those coaches unfortunately won't show up except for uh, the assistant coaches. So or assistant coaches that are in the game. So unfortunately, that's just how it's going to be. Um, but yeah, you have all the assistants you could want on here with accurate faces as well. And you can basically take this, make it into a 98-99 roster. I have a 99 2000 roster already up on 2K Share somewhere. I didn't do a video to highlight it just because I had taken someone's roster as a favor, made the coaches and things like that, and then just put it up. I didn't edit anything else. So, for my standards of going through an accuracy test, I didn't do that. That's why I didn't highlight a video. But yeah, 97, 98 has all of the players you could want on here. Um, One note here, Peja Stojakovic is on the team because the following year he came in. And in case you want to do 98, 99, I put him here as a two-way player because there's no draft and stash. But you could do what you want with the roster and kind of keep him on there. That was the main goal for me to keep him. Grant Hill, note here, he has his fearless shoes. So hopefully everybody's happy about this. Grant Hill in these was a big part that people wanted me to change with the shoes. So you'll have him there as well. So, like I said, accurate rosters as of opening night. If you guys want to change this, feel free. Just credit me in the description if you can on 2K Share. While you're at it, please hit that thumbs up button if you enjoy this video. Make sure you're also sharing this video with everybody. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you can, possibly, please consider donating to the channel. Even $1 helps. I'll put a PayPal link there if you guys want to donate anything. Um, One other note, you can take this into MYNBA. I haven't tested it throughout, but I did take it into MYNBA to make some uniform and court changes. It worked just fine and loaded just fine. Primarily, this is used for play now. That's what I use it for because people really like to use play now, just pick up and play. So hopefully, everybody can enjoy this roster. I got a couple projects that I'm working on. 0304 roster, about halfway done. And then I'm going to jump to a late 2000s roster, and then probably a 2010 era roster somewhere in that range. Maybe 12, 13 or 14, 15, something like that in that range. And then I'm going to go back to the college rosters and try to tweak those. But hope everybody enjoyed this video. Enjoy the Last Dance roster for NBA 2K25. Like I said, thumbs up on the video, share the video, subscribe, and consider a small donation. Anything helps. Hope everybody enjoys this roster. Enjoy your weekend. Stay safe and take care.